Okay, so these are my pieces, and this is a semi hard stay. All right, so the journey of this is not that difficult. In fact, it's not difficult at all. So all you are going to do is to join all the fabric pieces, I mean the main fabric pieces, then all the lining pieces as well. Join everything together. Okay, join the pieces before you now bring the two together, both the lining and the main fabric. Now this side, this piece is 4. Okay, is 4 pieces. Okay, the one that carries the center piece that carries the collar, you can see. So usually I'm supposed to cut another lining for it, and I'm using black lining, but I would not want to use black lining, so I cut 4 of this. So which means 2 will be here, then the other 2 will serve as the lining inside, and it's also play the role of a facing. I hope you understand my point. So right now what I will do, I will ignore all the facing, the lining, I will still leave it for now. I'm going to join the pieces, the original, I mean the main fabric pieces first. So I'm going to, of course, this is 1, then I'll bring the side panels close to it and join. Can you see? This is the side. This is the side for this. I hope you can see what it's about. So this is going to be joined to this, and this is going to be joined to this. Okay, so and for the back pieces, it's exactly the same thing. I've already pinned my dart. Okay, so all I need to do is just to stitch it. It's been pinned already. I'll stitch the shoulder and the waist dart for the main fabric. Then the lining, I will do that separately as well. I will stitch the dart on the lining pieces. Then, like I said, my lining piece for the back has no shoulder dart. Okay, so I pinned it before I placed it on the lining piece or lining fabric to cut out. So no shoulder dart on my lining piece, but there is a facing. There's a facing for it. This is my facing. So this facing is going to complete the lining. This facing is also a lining for it, okay, and that's why it's going to complete the lining on the back part. What I will do first for the lining part is to join the center back first. Before joining, make sure you indicate where your dart is. I've done that already, so I will just stitch. Then after stitching, then I will join the center back, and after joining the center back, I will open it up, okay, and join the facing, because this facing is going to complete the neck of the lining. This is very important. So just indicate, also, so just locate the center part, the center of the facing, and make sure it aligns well with the center of the lining like this, okay. Then you join round to make it 1. Okay, so once you are done with this, next is to bring the facing, this. I hope you understand what I'm trying to do right now. So this is going to be the facing and also the lining. So once you are done with the back of the lining, then this lining will complete this. You know, I said that the lining is just for this. So this lining will complete this lining. So I will have, anyway, by the time I finish joining, I will still explain further to you guys. And if you have any question, then you can let me know in the comment section. So let me just quickly go join all the pieces together, and we'll see, we know where to go from there. All right, I am done joining the lining, and I've also joined the side to make it one. Okay, so, and I also did join the main fabric, so I have two now. Now what I will do right now is to combine the lining and the fabric, the main fabric, together. Now what I will do, what I notice is that this collar, it's a bit high for me, so I want to trim it by maybe half an inch. So you can do whatever you want as well. So at this junction, it's easy for you to just like trim out. So what I will do before I trim, I'll make sure match it together, bring the two seam lines together, though the lining and the fabric, and I'm going to use my pin to secure, just to hold it together. I'm going to just pin everything together. So once I pin everything together and it's time for me to trim out, then I will show you how I would trim it out. So I have decided to cut out half an inch from it, which means it will be somewhere here. The half an inch is being removed. It's being removed, and it's going to hit the neck line, but not to worry, it will now come down a little. It will now come down a little so that the shape will not be that funny. Now can you see how it's going to look? So which means from this point to this point, let me see what I have. Instead of the 2.5 inches mark here, I now have, this is where it will end. So from this point down, I have 4.25. So this is 4.25. So from this 4.25 down, the extension remains the same. So this is what I have. Now I will now place my tape measure and measure the curve, so that I can measure the curve out of here and know where I am supposed to start curving it from. Okay. I have 13.875. So I'm going to just measure 13.875. Going by the pattern, my measurement is going to start from half inch inward. The seam allowance is not included. Okay. So my 13.875 ends here. Let me try to use a chalk. So this is what I have. So it's coming, this is coming this way. I don't need to mark anything here. So all I need just to do is fold it. This is the 13.875. So I'll just follow, I've already marked it, so I'll follow this line. Once I get to this point, I'll start coming close to the edge and end it here. Can you see? So I have cut 1/2 inch from it, and now I will join it as usual. So I'm going to just remove the paper stay a little and remove 1/2 inch from it to this point, okay, because I don't want to sew the paper stay. I want the paper stay to be inside and not to be sewn or stitched to the fabric. Can you see I have cut it out, and I am going to run the stitches right now, join the lining and the fabric together from the waistline like that to the other side, okay. And also I want to say that this paper stay is optional. In fact, I am removing it right now, okay. So this is optional. It's just that I wanted it to have more structure, but right now I'm having my doubts. Okay, so I'm going to just remove it completely before I join. Okay guys, so this is what I have. I am done joining. Can you see? So it's from here like that, like that, like that till the other side. Can you see? So right now I've also ironed it. That's why it's looking neat. Okay, so right now you will just open up. Can you see what I did here? I pinned the seam line of the neckline, the back neckline, both the front, the lining and the main fabric. Can you see? I pinned it together. Let me just open it so that you understand what I'm saying. Can you see what I have? Okay, so this is the lining, and please, I also did something when I finished joining. I top stitched, and you know when you are top stitching, you will top stitch on the lining. So that is it. So this stitch line now that you see is going to be inside because it's on the lining. That's what I did. Okay, so then after that, now I'm bringing the lining, the seam line of the back neckline of the lining and the seam line of the back neckline of the main fabric together, okay, so that I can stitch. I'll stitch it just to make sure it's a bit balanced. You see, so this is what you will have. Then you bring it together. Then it's just the neckline that you are stitching. So you stitch from here, from this end to this end. You are not stitching the shoulder line, please. Just the neckline. Don't stitch too close to this edge here, okay, so that it won't disrupt it. It won't disrupt the flow or the connection to the shoulder. And the main goal is just to make it a bit balanced. All right, so once I'm done right now, then I'll show you the outcome and probably wear it for you guys to see.